What is the definition of gig work? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan. This is where I share thoughts and ideas on the future of work in 5 minutes or less. So what I'm doing with these shows now is I'm encouraging people to use the hashtag AskTheFuturist on Twitter, and then I create videos based on questions that you guys ask. So today's question comes from Mark Cullum. I hope I'm saying his name right. Mark, if I'm not, apologize. But his question is, give me an operational definition for gig work and freelance work as it compares to entrepreneurs who start consultancies. So I can't. I cannot give you an operational definition of gig work. That's part of the big challenges that we're seeing in the gig economy, in the freelance economy, the sharing economy space today, is that nobody can agree on definitions of what these things actually are. In fact, that's why we... You may have heard of gig workers, 1099 workers, contract workers, independent workers, freelancers. There's like a dozen different names for pretty much the same thing. So it's very hard to give an operational definition for that because what I say might be different than what somebody else says. So again, that's one of the big challenges that we have when it comes to trying to quantify and understand how big the gig and the freelance economy actually is. Thankfully, next year, the United States Census Bureau is going to start collecting this information and this data again, so we will get a more accurate picture around how big this space is. I will tell you that when most people think of the gig economy or the freelance economy, they typically think of people that are using online intermediaries as a way to generate business. So this might be something like Uber or Upwork or Freelancer.com or Airbnb. That's what most people think about when they think of gig work, when they think of freelancers. But again, we have independent contractors. I myself am technically considered a freelancer because I give keynotes at various organizations. I do projects for multiple people. So there isn't a very solid definition of a different definition, I should say, between an entrepreneur, a gig worker, a freelancer, somebody has their own consultancy. A lot of these things all get kind of bucketed together into one area, which again, as you can see, is part of the challenge. So unfortunately, I don't have a good operational definition for you. I used to have a consultancy. I was still considered very much a freelancer, just as somebody that is driving for Uber or somebody that's renting out their place on Airbnb. It all gets grouped into one bucket. I think over time we'll start to see more definitions. There have been some good reports that have been put out there. One by JP Morgan Chase, which actually breaks down. They have a broader category of alternate work arrangements, and underneath alternate work arrangements they have online intermediaries, they have contract and temp agencies, and they have kind of subcategories, but it all flows under this one bucket of alternate work. So that might be helpful. If you Google the report, if you just Google JP Morgan Chase alternate work arrangements, I think you'll go ahead and find it. Sorry I couldn't give you a direct operational definition. I don't think anybody can. That's part of the challenge in this space, but hopefully it will be cleared up over time. If you have a question, feel free to use the AskTheFuturist hashtag on Twitter, and I will do my very best to answer any questions that you guys might have. If you want to get access to more episodes of these videos, podcasts, articles, etc., you can visit thefutureorganization.com. And you can always email me, jacob@thefutureorganization.com. That's it for me. I will see you next time on an episode of The Future in 5. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.